In this video, we are going to break down the boldest, most controversial, and perhaps the most transformative military announcement in Canadian history. Canada is finally stepping up, and not just with words, but with billions of dollars, submarines, satellites, Arctic patrols, and something that might just change our economy forever.
Canada's new government will rebuild, reinvest, and rearm the Canadian Armed Forces with a strategy that rests on 4 pillars.
This is not just about defense. It's about redefining Canada on the world stage. So why now? Why is Canada suddenly talking about war zones, cyber threats, Arctic sovereignty, and NATO defense pledges?
The threats that Canada faces are multiplying. Hostile powers, including foreign governments and non-state actors, are transcending geography to threaten our sovereignty.
Well, it all starts with the world that's getting more dangerous by the day. And Canada, for too long, has been unprepared. Carney dropped a bombshell. Canada is launching a massive defense transformation. This is not just a minor military tune-up. We are talking about a once-in-a-generation overhaul.
I'm announcing today that Canada will achieve NATO's 2% of GDP target this year, half a decade ahead of schedule.
For the first time in decades, Ottawa is pouring billions into building a military that actually matches our size, our economy, and our role in the world. Gone are the days when Canada could hide behind US missiles and NATO promises. This plan? It's unapologetically Canadian. It prioritizes made-in-Canada defense manufacturing. That means Canadian steel, Canadian cyber technology, Canadian quantum computing, and Canadian workers.
We will ensure that every dollar is invested wisely, including by prioritizing made-in-Canada manufacturing and supply chains.
And it's massive. Carney called for Parliament to unite and support these investments because it's not about party politics. It's about sovereignty. It's about survival.
I call on all parties in Parliament to support these critical investments in our security and sovereignty.
So what exactly is Canada building? First, we are investing in our troops, the women and men who serve. That means better salaries, better housing on bases, and improved healthcare and childcare services.
Investing in the foundations of defense, the women and men who serve, and the equipment and infrastructure that they use.
Because if we want to recruit and retain the best, we need to treat them like the best. But the heart of the plan? Hardware. Canada is going on a shopping spree for national security. New submarines to patrol the Arctic and oceans. State-of-the-art aircraft and drones to monitor the skies. Modernized armed vehicles and artillery. New radar systems. Arctic sensors. And seafloor monitoring tech. Before we go any further, please like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Subscribing to my channel is not going to cost you anything, but it's going to help me big time. Thank you. Now back to our topic.
We will invest in new submarines, aircraft, ships, armed vehicles, and artillery, as well as new radar, drones, and sensors to monitor the seafloor and the Arctic.
Expanded year-round presence of troops in the Arctic, on land, in the air, and at sea. This is huge. For decades, our north has been vulnerable. Russia is already testing limits up there. China is watching too. But now, for the first time, Canada is drawing a line in the permafrost. But here is a part that could change our future beyond defense. Canada is creating something called Borealis.
We will also establish Borealis, the Bureau of Research, Engineering, and Advanced Leadership in Innovation and Science. Borealis will advance cutting-edge research in artificial intelligence, quantum computing, and other frontier technologies essential to safeguarding our sovereignty.
This is huge. Think of it as Canada's own vision of DARPA, the US agency that created the internet, GPS, and stealth technology. Borealis will focus on frontier tech, quantum computing, artificial intelligence, cyber warfare, and satellite defense. It's not just about protecting borders. It's about shaping the next generation of Canadian tech dominance. This means more high-paying jobs, more research labs, and more Canadian-made innovation. I love it. Now let's talk geopolitics. Canada is not just building a military for itself. It's about to become a major player in NATO's future. We are joining Europe's rearmament effort, a €150 billion program.
We are actively seeking to strengthen transatlantic security, particularly by becoming a participant in Rearm Europe.
That means access to European markets, suppliers, and strategic partnerships. Carney also announced Canada would support a new NATO defense industrial pledge, a commitment not just to meet arbitrary spending goals, but to deliver real assets. No more symbolic contributions, real ships, real satellites, real deterrence. And the message was crystal clear. Finally, our fundamental goal is to protect Canadians, not to satisfy NATO accountants. One of Canada's biggest weaknesses, procurement. It takes forever to buy anything here. So now, a new defense procurement agency is being launched. It will centralize decision-making, move quickly, and get our troops what they need fast. It will be managed by a newly appointed Secretary of State for Defense Procurement. This is not just about defense. This is about the economy. Right now, national defense supports over 275,000 jobs across 3,000 communities. That number is about to explode. Carney promised this investment will create tens of thousands of new, high-paying jobs in everything from trucking to metallurgy to AI development. Canada will use its own steel, aluminum, and critical minerals to fuel this boom.
We will create enormous opportunities for Canadian businesses, yes, in the defense sector, but across a link of supply chains. From the production of the raw materials, steel and aluminum, to the truckers and rail workers who ensure their transit.
And here is the kicker. The military transformation will trigger a ripple effect across all sectors. This is not just a defense strategy, it's an economic one. What it means for you. Why should you care? Because this changes everything. Canada's Arctic will be better defended than ever before. Our economy could see a tech and manufacturing boom. Our troops will finally get the gear and respect they deserve. We will have our own space and satellite capabilities to monitor threats. We are no longer piggybacking on American or NATO defense. We are asserting ourselves, sovereign, proud, and ready. Carney did not hold back. This is Canada's moment. Canada has stepped up during World War II, during the Cold War, and now we must do it again. It is time for Canada to chart its own path.
We will build a strong, secure, and sovereign future for all Canadians and for all time.
This is about building a future where Canada is not just a passenger in global affairs, but a driver. And in a world where aggression is rising, we have seen India, Pakistan, and now Israel and Iran. There's Israel and Palestine. So much happening everywhere. Borders are being tested, and cyberspace is the new battlefield. This might just be the most important investment Canada has made since the World War II. What do you think about this military overhaul? Do you believe it will actually transform Canada? Or am I too optimistic? Is this too little, too late maybe? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's have a real conversation about where Canada is headed. And if you found this breakdown valuable, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell so you don't miss what happens next. Because we are just getting started. Canada is building something big, and we are going to cover every moment of it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.